This is Google Pixel 7 Pro and it fixes all the flaws, and I have 10 reasons why you need to own this in 2023. Hi everyone, this is JD, your gadget review friend. Happy holidays, and it's almost 2023. By this time, you probably scrolled on so many videos about Pixel 7 Pro. We even reviewed and compared this phone a lot in this channel. This holiday, there are great deals on this phone, and you can buy this phone on Google Store for 879 Canadian dollars or 645 US dollars. And that's the price of a mid-range phone. It has great set of cameras, premium build, great screen, and the fastest tensor chip yet, and a long battery life. It is such a great phone for the price, and I'm having a hard time finding fault on this phone. And if you're up for it, today we'll talk about the 10 reasons why I think you should own this phone in 2023. Let's go to work! At first glance, it might look like Pixel 7 Pro retains the same camera setup as the Pixel 6 Pro. They literally have the same megapixel on paper, but if we look closely, we will realize that's not the case. The primary 50-megapixel Samsung GN1 sensor remains unchanged, but Google has ditched the Sony IMX586 sensor for the 48-megapixel telephoto shooter in favor of Samsung's GM1, and it does make a big difference for zooming into shots. While the previous generation Pixel 6 Pro only provides 4x optical zoom and 20x super res zoom, the Pixel 7 Pro now offers 5x optical zoom and 30x super res zoom. As for the ultra-wide lens, it now has 21% wider field of view and has macro focus support, so you can go as close as 3 cm to a subject to take detailed macro shots. Also, the night shot processing has improved on the Pixel 7 series. You don't need to hold the phone still as long as the Pixel 6 series, thanks to the newer tensor chip Mark II. Video quality is another area where Pixel 7 Pro trumps its predecessor in a big way. It can record 4K 60 frames per second from all three sensors, and there's even an option to record 10-bit HDR this time. Taking inspiration from iPhone 13 and 14 series, Google is introducing cinematic blur on Pixel 7 Pro, which lets you shoot videos with a shallow depth of field effect. This is Pixel 7 Pro's 4K 60 FPS using the normal stabilization. This is the selfie video test, 4K at 30 FPS with the speech enhancement on. And this is the rear camera, ultra-wide lens of the Pixel 7 Pro, also with speech enhancement, 4K at 30 FPS. I think this is better for vlogging. The Pixel 7 Pro has the same design language as Pixel 6 Pro, but minor tweaks makes for some surprisingly substantial difference. While we continue to get a visor-like camera strip on Pixel 7 Pro, it has now switched to a pill and dot cutout, complete with a polished metal cover. In my own personal test, it is much better preventing lens flare, a serious problem on the Pixel 6 series, but the finish is easily scratched compared to the smaller Pixel 7's matte aluminum, so I would suggest buying a case on the first day you buy this phone. The new Pixel 7 Pro packs the same 5000 mAh battery as its predecessor. Google claims that the battery can last beyond 24 hours, though your mileage will vary. We have mixed reviews online, so I asked my wife to fully test this phone, and it lasted longer than Pixel 6 Pro on her day-to-day activity. On her testing report, she's using the phone primarily to communicate, watch a lot of videos, check social media often, use GPS and maps twice a day, and reading news and online books. The charging is also unchanged from previous generation. We are not getting a faster speed, but the charging is fast enough. Google is using a newer generation Samsung display panel and touts the Pixel 7 Pro's display to be 25% brighter than Pixel 6 Pro. This phone can register a whopping 1500 nits in max brightness. The Pixel 7 Pro's panel gets plenty of bright outdoors. Just keep in mind, it might come at the cost of your battery life. Google has also swapped out the fingerprint sensor from the Pixel 6 Pro for an improved optical sensor. It is not as fast as the Samsung's offering, but the Pixel 7 Pro is notably speedier and more accurate than its predecessors. At this point, the poor connectivity issues plaguing the Pixel 6 series are no secret. The original tensor chip uses the Samsung's Exynos 5123 modem, which could be blamed for these issues. Google might have mitigated this issue on the new tensor chip Gen 2. I found that in my everyday use, it finally addresses most of the flaws of the previous Pixel 6 Pro, and even today, you won't hear much news of any issues surrounding the new Pixel 7 Pro. And continuing with the in-house processor from Pixel 6 series in 2021, Google is using a semi-custom Tensor chip inside the Pixel 7 Pro. The Tensor chip Gen 2 packs an octa-core CPU, though it's still 5nm chipset like last year. Thankfully, Google is also using a more powerful and power-efficient Cortex A78 medium cores, which provides good improvements to battery drain issues. With the second iteration, Google is also focused on AI and GPU performance instead of raw CPU horsepower. The chip uses a newer and more powerful Mali G710 MP7 GPU to deliver better graphics performance. It packs a next-gen TPU that is 60% faster in tasks and 20% more efficient. Google continues to promise 3 years of OS update and 5 years of security updates for the Pixel 7 series, same as the Pixel 6 lineup. Though the bad news, this is inferior to the Samsung's 4 years of major OS update. But still, you will get timely security patches straight from Google, and you will get the fresh OS as Google releases it. Everything is a stock Google experience. And like the previous generation, the Pixel 7 Pro features a polished aluminum chassis, sandwiched by Gorilla Glass Victus front and back, which carries an IP68 certification. Side by side, you will notice the Pixel 7 Pro is slightly shorter but wider than the Pixel 6 Pro. I found that Pixel 6 Pro is a bit bigger in daily use, and that slight dimension tweak on the Pixel 7 Pro makes it feel just a touch easier to handle day by day. And lastly, the 10th reason, the price. It was $800 when this phone was first released, and this time we got a massive sale for this phone around $600+. Again, price may vary depending on where you buy it. Price check in Canada, it's around 879 Canadian dollars or $645 US on Google Store. I think with everything it offers, this phone gives users so much value compared to any flagship phone today and even early next year. So these are my 10 reasons why you should own this phone in 2023. Recommendations. I will not recommend this if you're using the older Pixel 6 Pro. I know for the fact that the previous generation is laggy, but there's not much of an upgrade from the previous model in terms of features. And if you find that some of the issues are no longer present on Pixel 6 Pro, then might as well stick to it. And I will recommend this phone to anyone who's looking for a great phone at the start of 2023. If we can find a fault on this phone, nothing can beat the value of what this phone can offer. I don't even know how Google was able to drop the price of this phone. With the new and improved Tensor chip Gen 2, a faster and better camera experience, a bright AMOLED screen, and that pure Android goodness, Pixel 7 Pro fixes all the flaws of last year, and it is highly recommended. And there you go. Hope you enjoyed this video. I'll continue to compare this phone in our channel, so stay tuned. And as always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.